Looks like they're trying to put the road back together, man.
Trying my old Insta360 Ace Pro from last year. This does one thing different that the newer camera doesn't, surprisingly. This one records in 4K 60 with Horizon Lock. The other one doesn't do that. It will not use any Horizon locking feature when 4K 60. Don't know why. You'd think the newer camera would have the same features the old one did. Really not. Not that one feature.
I don't know about that.
Well, you'd think they wouldn't take it away.
Yeah. No, what they're doing or why.
I even have the newest firmware update for this thing, which is from May 7th. It's the last one I did this year, so far. Hey, as long as the battery still charges and you can still upload firmware to it, hey, it's a good backup camera.
I don't know what, they're not patching what's wrong, so I don't know what the heck they're doing over here.
Well, they're getting ready. See, they have to get the machine ready.
Yeah, no, they're doing something else. I don't know.
They got pre-treated roads. Later on, they can dig it up, right?
Probably. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. They're told to go out someplace and do something.
Yeah.
They do what they're told, even if next week they're going to
Rip it up, yeah.
That's the
Different contractor.
Well, and
it might be that's a different contract.
Well, and this might be a state of... Isn't everybody taking off at the lake or what?
I'm thinking Walmart.
What the heck? Walmart was nuts yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be even more nuts probably later this week.
Yeah, I would think you're probably right. But doesn't look real promising here.
I would think today everybody would be going back to work.
Somebody has to work, yeah.
All the ones that are. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably all the judges getting ready for all the cases they're going to have to hear today.
I don't think they're...
From the people who were arrested over the weekend.
What, up here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of people there sitting in jail over the weekend.
Could be.
Due to stupid things they did.
Oh, he left his door open.
They got drunk and did something stupid.
Well, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going anywhere.
Or they're all going to Walmart or something. It's the Walmart crowd. Maybe. That's the kind of traffic you'd expect when the fair was here, but not like Monday morning.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
But if they keep feeding it from the other two directions, it doesn't, then...
No kidding. Yep.
Well, 16's tore up. That's part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't send me the ticket.
I suspect we missed breakfast.
Probably. Well, sure.
No.
Oh, maybe not.
Famous Star probably Yeah, less calories.
Today we're choosing audio. I do apologize. Give me one moment, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for waiting. So, have you used our mobile order? Have you used our mobile app today?
Nope.
Okay, what clinic are you today?
2 famous stars.
I'm sorry?
2 famous stars.
2 famous stars?
Yes.
Okay, are these combos?
No.
Okay. And could I leave you anything else for them?
Nope, that's it.
That'll be $13.95, second one, Dr. Keo.
Thank you.
Hello. So sorry about the wait.
No, that's fine.
Did you still want biscuits?
If you got them. Computer might let them do that.
Okay, so we have the sausage right now, but we don't have the eggs. It would be a couple minute wait, but it'd be a couple minute wait for the patty, for the famous stars anyway.
Okay.
So did you want to get the famous stars or the sausage egg?
Sausage egg.
Sausage egg?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, they're gonna do it. So, well, rather than throw away what you
Oh,
got,
yeah,
because you know you're gonna have more time to do the
Oh,
famous
yeah.
stars. So
Yeah.
that gives them latitude to
Did you
adjust.
tell them how many though?
What?
Did you tell them how many?
We'll see what happens, sir.
Okay.
I'm sure the computer wants to have it. No, it's not. Well, yeah, but we still got stuff we're gonna throw away. Why
yeah.
throw it away?
Yeah.
Oh, we found that thing from Menards.
Oh,
We thought
good.
Mom threw away. It popped up out of one of the piles out from the bed.
lovely.
11:59.
See?
Thank you.
Thank you.
One moment.
Yep. You might-
Could I have you park
Yes.
alongside the sidewalk and
You
I'll
bet.
bring it out? Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Well, that was very nice.
Is it for 3?
Hmm?
Is it for 3?
Yep. That's what it says.
It's nice when you have people that are consistently know you.
Well, and you're returning customers. So
Yes, that helps too.
if you can't have it, you can't have it. But, but they don't have to. But you know, it makes sense if you got the biscuits you're gonna throw,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and people show up and want to eat them.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I would say nothing. You're cutting your waste down.
Yeah.
And people that want burgers, you're going to be waiting on that as well. So especially you're switching over.
Yeah.
You know. So the grill's still hot. You can throw on some couple
Oh, yeah.
eggs, and there you go. Flexibility is the key, but flexibility can slow you down later on.
Waste not, want not.
Well, yeah, you don't want to.
Well, no, you not.
Well, try to control the waste to some.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the people are scrambling now to buy these power stations and stuff because end of September ends the 30%. If you have more than 3 kilowatts of solar power, then you can get that 30% federal tax cut rate
for right now.
But you have to get it now because September 30th it ends.
Expires.
Yeah.
So you have to, whatever receipts you have to buy it now to have at least more than 3 kilowatts of power.
Yeah.
To get the 30% federal tax credit.
Well,
I was like, we almost have that with all the systems combined. But I didn't buy them this year.
Well, there's that detail,
And I doubt I have the receipts for any of those.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Boy, those Prime Day deals, though. Ooh, boy. There are some good deals out there. Very tempting ones. I'm just saying, very tempting offers. Especially for large power stations that I cannot lift.
And we don't need anything that big.
I know, I'm just saying. I was like, wow. Yeah. Compared to what you got a couple years ago versus now, oh my gosh. For like $3,000, you could get stuff that would have cost you $6,000 or $7,000 when I bought that original Pecron. That's just amazing.
It's okay.
Here we go.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Well, there we go.
Yep. There we go.
Little teeny things on the front and top of that car. What do you think those are? Supposed to be horns or
Tennis?
yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Strange looking though.
Yep. Oh, look at him.
Well, that one's got one in the front, so maybe they do have two.
I guess they're toes.
One might be a satellite antenna, one might be a cell antenna.
Could be. That's called I have way too much money and I want to have really fat wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Some states those are illegal
because they're wider than the fender.
Wider, yeah.
I don't know what they think. It's rougher on the wheel bearings, that's for sure.
Well, like again, I have way too much money and know how to spend it.
I guess.
Haven't heard of Kia 3s, have you?
K3s are good tires.
Yeah, they're expensive too.
Well,
spend your money on those suckers.
well, you know, in 5 years, Lord willing, I'll be 80 years old.
Yeah, 5 years I'll be 47.
Yeah, so.
God, that's hard to think about. 8 years will be 50.
Yeah.
Maybe 83.
She took a 4-day weekend. Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, get back Tuesday.
Yeah, that's fine.
Zero down for a VA loan. Well, is it a good time to get a VA loan now? No. Not unless you can pay it off in 5
Start
years.
reading what that big beautiful bill has on it
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Can you pay it off in 5 years? Lord willing, if you're able
Maybe.
to live 5 years? I don't think so.
That's if we're all here in 5 years.
Huh?
That's if we're all here in 5 years.
Well, yeah. There's no. Looks like they're working on the lights or something. Sensors. I think it's the thing that lights up when the emergency vehicles go through. The light comes on and it's camera, and it flips the
I don't know, maybe.
lights.
know how that all works.
I don't either, but it is some sort of sensor. Or something. It doesn't look like they fixed anything over here.
Well, and why would they?
Imagine my surprise.
And why would they?
Like they're doing it today either.
Oh. I took part of your weekend like everybody else.
I guess. A lot of people there, though.
Yep.
More showing up and no place to park.
No.
That Tom, maybe? No, it's somebody else. Big blue pickup. Yes, it is.
Go to our place.
Looks like Dina's there to working on stuff. Yeah, Dina's cleaning up the dog poop and everything. See if you can get around him without hitting his truck. And I suppose we could park right here and just then back up. Or drive over.
Just drive right over it.
Yeah, did they put the second layer in? It's just my imagination.
No, I don't think so.
Let's go just drive over there. Yeah, that'll be another option too.
Yep.
The phone monitor is probably going to be upset.
No. Yeah, I'll have to over here. Yeah, that's fine. Go out and go straight.
Well, it'll be a little easier on the tire. Is that somebody parked right there? There it is.
Yeah, that's Linton.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because, it's my parking lots.
Yeah, well, he's Linton. He's used to being a wheel.
Yeah. We got like a foot and a half between this bumper. About a foot now.
I didn't want to hit Dave's car either.
Back that way.
Car carrier, no tire.
Well, we could go that way and then go out and down and around, down by the high school.
Well, we'll see if they've opened it yet. I don't think they're ready to open yet, but they're gonna have. They said that Burdick and 16th will be the first section to open. And you can see that. You can see that that's all concrete.
Oh yeah.
vegetation in this town. You can really tell it when winter comes.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes back up. It's amazing as well. Yeah, we'll be bored with Grand Forks pretty fast. It's just, I don't know what I can do about it.
Yeah, do whatever we have to do.
There's not that much to do here.
I know. Drive around like shit.
I think it's old after a while, too.
Yeah.
15th time you drive by the university. Yeah.
Cabela's and everything else.
Hmm?
Cabela's and everything else.
Even that, and this gets to be a long walk in.
Yeah, it might be raining Friday or maybe Saturday there. So.
So I'd watch it rain, I guess.
No, maybe. At least I wouldn't be muddy as all the junk that it was last year.
Yeah, well, let's see how it goes. Just try to work some DX or something. See how that
Not very long.
I don't want to sit and get into this game with all the Duluthers. Trump is the promise. Promise and everything. Yeah, we heard this story before. Thank you. New topic.
Yeah.
Trump is, no, the new topic. Listen carefully. Something else besides Trump.
Well, he hasn't campaigning anymore. In fact, he's screwed over a lot of people now. So
We'll see what happens.
who knows what they're going to say about him now.
We don't know what's going to happen.
I guarantee the people that lives in their Medicaid are going to have a voice.
Be unhappy? Yes, but some of them are illegal. Illegals shouldn't be on Medicaid.
Yes.
Or Social Security.
Well, they claim the people who are actually disabled aren't going to lose their coverage, but
I don't think
we don't know.
I don't think that's going to
There's a lot of work requirements now for stuff now.
Yeah, well, that could be a problem.
So, I don't think disabled people can work 80 hours.
No, nobody can work 80 hours very long. That's why there's usually a 40-hour.
Yeah. And going from a 12-month reevaluation every 6 months. Oh my God, the paperwork that it's going to create is just insanity. But then they want to cut the staff that does the reevaluations.
Well, that's part of the problem with the National Weather Service. They cut that too.
Oh God,
that was
they went off and on about that. That guy who was the lead meteorologist had been there 30 years in Texas.
Wrong.
Forced him out.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
found somebody to scapegoat for it, so they did.
According to Trump, we don't need FEMA.
Yes, we do.
We don't need the National Weather Service because, you know, there's all these TV meteorologists that just, but all these TV meteorologists,
get their stuff.
all they get their stuff is from the Weather Service. Every last one of them does.
Yes.
No, yes, there are a few stations in bigger cities that have their own Doppler radars.
Yes.
But not everybody.
And not everywhere.
Yeah, and they still get their data. Even those people get their data from the bigger data stuff from the Weather Service.
The military needs their stuff from them too. So this is just stupid on his part.
There's so many TV meteorologists and other meteorologists. Like, why do we need to pay for them with the government?
They're not real meteorologists, for one thing.
Well, some of them actually did go to universities to get their degrees. You know, some of them.
Yeah.
So, just like anybody else. I mean, but some of them got their degrees and then they don't really use them much.
Yeah.
They just rely on whatever the weather data is.
The paper on the wall.
Yeah, they can say, oh, this thing with the snowstorm or something is based on this scientific textbook or something that I learned in college.
Well, they were talking about some of that stuff.
But then they still rely on the National Weather Service. Well, we take the National Weather Service forecast, then we take our forecast model from our computer, and then we take it from our weather station, we combine them all together in this one little plot thingy. And my forecast, based on my experience,
is a guess.
Means nothing. Is slightly different than the Weather Service's.
Still nothing over the dam.
Well, that's great.
Nothing of an algae bloom.
But I'd say 80% of that forecast is still a National Weather Service forecast.
Yeah, it's a.
Yes, you may take 20% from your weather stations and 20% from your own computer models somewhere, but those computer models, those computer models are from other National Weather Service people in other states.
European one or whatever.
Well, yeah.
different models.
Yeah, lots of hurricane stuff. They want to get rid of the hurricane center too.
There's another bad idea.
Why do we need hurricane forecasts? I don't know why I need hurricane forecasts.
If you don't know what the
Local TV meteorologists are just fine.
No, they're not flying into the hurricane.
Oh, yeah, the military flies in the hurricane.
Yeah.
We just rely on the military. Yeah, they have one plane.
Yeah, maybe a couple, I think.
No, they have one plane that they do.
Down to one now?
They have one. No, they don't. The Hurricane Hunter planes are not considered military planes, even though they are military planes.
Yeah.
They're not sole military planes.
Anyhow.
They're contracted to NOAA.
Yeah, well, so is...
But they're not...
So is B-52s to NASA for research, too.
Well, you know, one in the past.
I don't know how many.
Not anymore. That was an A model.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a B-52A.
Probably do one of the H's for... I think they got one of the H's.
I don't think so. I think they have the old B-52A.
Nobody uses those H's anymore.
Nope. Because I think that was the original bomber that they had used for the X-15 flights and everything else.
Probably.
That's why NASA had it still. I thought they retired it, but I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, it's way early.
Well, they don't need to bomb anything. They just need to go up 50,000, 60,000 feet and just drop
Turn loose something, yeah. Tenths of an inch wasn't enough to get the water over the dam, or to flush out,
a little trickle,
or flush out the. Yeah, they're not quite ready yet, but they're getting close to getting ready.
Nope, I'm fine. They're working, thankfully. That one person's house is over here.
That one's going away. It's just a question of when.
Yeah.
But there's no rush at the moment because
looks pretty modern, actually.
Yeah. If you turn around later, say
built after the flood, really.
Well, it's safe to have it down here.
Yeah, maybe I with the wall. Maybe.
The
wall ain't completed yet either.
No, we got a train problem.
Oh, train.
Yeah, we got a train problem. Yeah, sweet.
What's down that road?
A moose, which brings you up the same way. You can't, and you're gonna turn across the boulevard. It doesn't want you to do that. So I'm not allowed to do left turn, but I did that the other day. So we'll just sit right here and waste time here.
Well, she had already got you on camera going through red lane. Let's just going through a boulevard with the...
Yeah, well, I did that before, but there's not much. And you end up over there, you still can't get past you still can't get past the tracks. So.
A lot of probably empty shipping containers. They're going west empty.
We're assuming.
Yeah.
short ones anymore.
No.
Connexes and connexes and connexes. Everybody's doing now a shipping container. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Fall asleep here.
Well, I'll see you then.
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh, it's got an engine in the back too.
Gotta push
Doesn't mean the other one track isn't going to get hot in a minute. Goodbye, y'all. Probably nobody in the back.
Yeah, you never know sometimes. Oh, the engine is going. Right power.
Yep, there's a driver right there.
Very bored out of his mind, really.
All the way to the bank.
Yep.
Yep, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. City trains. Just that
There's
one.
one.
Oh, no way, though. Not coming this way.
Hopefully not. About that when they fire up a train that long from a dead stop, the amount of pressure that is building on that pin that's hooked into that first car.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be huge.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to go slow.
Many tons.
100-ton train.
Yeah, so you got many tons on that one pin holding that thing in.
Yeah, you build them strong. And don't get quite as close to the curb. That's a bad idea.
Right away, we got a train in the back, so you can get a force pull from the back. So you have to push.
Show you something you probably haven't seen yet.
Oh, you haven't seen? Wouldn't be surprising.
So summer school is over.
Thank goodness.
And maybe they're doing driver's training. Maybe they're
Maybe.
not.
Well, we did ours in July, so. That was like 26 years ago.
Yeah.
Most of those teachers that I've been teaching had already been on 10 years, so I don't think they're working anymore.
Probably retired.
I retired. I know a few of my teachers that were at Jim Hill, which has got to be 30 years since I was at Jim Hill. I think some of them died.
Well, yeah.
Think about it, you know. I don't think they're in their 30s and 40s, roughly. So, 25, 6 years later. Yeah. They're in their 70s or something.
Good afternoon. The time is 12 p.m. A0AJW. Repeater.
What they're doing in the summer? Swim training or something?
I don't know, sometimes I wouldn't think football practice will start till next month. No, I don't know. They do different events. summer for different things.
All right, now this is going to
That
let you
pool
see
stuff is
more of
open.
16th.
They use that inside pool for a lot of places, it's like Olympic size.
It's big, and especially since Roosevelt's shut down.
Yeah.
But as you can see,
Yeah, it's a major redoing the drainage and everything else, power and wiring and everything. Yeah.
see, they got the concrete's done there. They just haven't
Yeah.
finished it up.
Well,
There's your recharge basin.
mhm. A lot of projects, a lot of stuff.
So you can see they're recontouring the whole hill.
Oh yeah. It's a big project.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be quite the deal when they're done with it, though, it looks like.
Yeah.
But as you can see,
Oh yeah.
quite a deal there.
Yeah. I think they're supposed to widen it too.
Hmm?
I think they said they were widening it too.
Yeah. Putting in turn lanes and that, yeah. So traffic flow freer. Something going on in this one.
They might be using there's a lot of stuff that they can do in there to use a lot of stuff. There might be university class stuff going on there for small kids, preschool things. There might be,
yeah,
there might be a swimming thing going on there.
Yep, could be.
They could be in the gym playing basketball for all I know.
I don't know.
I know a lot of basketball there. I know they had us run from one end to the other end. When it was raining and we had to do the mile, and it was like it was 10 and they opened up all the gym.
Yeah.
And it was 10 back and forth to go from one end to the other to do a mile. I was like, I was dying. I was like, Of course, doing track a mile wasn't any fun either.
Well,
That track wasn't actually so bad.
military
It was,
tracks
it had,
were a mile
they used
track.
recycled rubber, so it was
quarter
not so
mile
bad on the feet.
Quarter mile track. That's what
But Edison was like 4 laps in that concrete. It was just insanity.
Yeah, well, trying to do something with what they got.
One of my friends who's more fit than I am,
Yeah.
she said she was dying after 4 laps on the Edison's track. I was like, yeah, we're all getting older. I says, you probably haven't done it in a while either, have you? I says, no, it's been a few years. I said, yeah, you just turned 41 too. I was like, you're only a year younger than I am. You're in a lot better shape than I am, but still in your 40s. And you haven't done this since you were like 30, 10 years, 11 years. You last did the mile there. Yeah, it catches up with you. So how many Tylenol do you have after? 2. For me, it'd be 2 before. Leave after. Probably.
Be careful.
If I ever ran the damn thing, it would be probably in the ER. Why does this guy collapse? I have no idea. Why is his heart rate 4,000? I don't know. We got him on 30. We got him on 30 liters of oxygen. He's only at 12%. Yeah.
my hearing aids over and have them check them out and see if it's not working right. I don't know if it just needs to be cleaned or get like a clicking, and then eventually that either I get used to the noise or it goes away or whatever. I don't know.
It's time for a firmware update.
Could be.
Or you can do it on your phone.
I wouldn't know how to do it. The phone does link to them, but I don't remember having that option. Looks like we're going to have an accident, or we've already had an accident. Is that the police there blocking traffic? Yes, it is.
I suppose.
Something's going on. I'm trying to stay out of the neighborhood there. Said that Rice's sensor for his blood sugar monitoring. He's a 5-year-old kid.
Oh.
He's a type 1 diabetic.
Oh. They might have a cure for that there.
Well, anyhow.
So they developed a drug that in last year or so of doing testing.
Reactivate the pancreas or something.
They said that now there is a little side effect with it. You have to take an immune suppression drug.
Okay.
But the people that have taken this new drug, of the like 20 or something they had on the thing, 20 people they had on the study, 18 of them didn't require to take insulin anymore.
That would be sweet.
After a year. Now, the other two who were insulin free for a year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they had taken immune suppressant drug and stuff, so they had weakened immune system. But it's an early promise, though.
Well, yeah, they're working.
The concept is there.
Well,
now if they can adjust it where you don't have to take the immune suppression drug,
they would really have
and the stuff, there might be a lot more promise with that. I was like, well, if they can do that for type 1.
Well, because type 2 used to work or partially works.
Yeah, it partially works. Your body still produces insulin to some degree.
Yeah, it just depends.
It's not enough.
Well, yeah. Keep down so I boom all you want. I can't turn when there's cars coming. There's lots of cars coming, surprisingly. Let's see if they're tearing up 16th down here again.
Of course, everything in the freaking planet has freaking mass sugars in it.
Well, Corey he's got that. Anyhow, what I was trying to say is, she thought that his Bluetooth is being affected by the solar storm.
Might be.
And I said, I don't remember what frequency Bluetooth operates at. But we've seen it where it's
possible.
we've seen it where it's reset 2-meter radios. Big waves.
They're wondering. They're wondering right now if that might be the reason why. Not just here, but a lot of other states that normally have really bad populations of mosquitoes and other things.
They're down.
They said they almost non-existent in a lot of places.
Yeah.
They said from places in Maine to places in California and all in between. I said even areas they were talking this place in Louisiana always has really bad mosquitoes. Like it is like worse than Alaska in the summer, and it's year round, and it's really always really nasty around these time of months. And they said that he says the gun guy says I usually walk out with I got all the sprays on and the whatevers, and it still doesn't do much because the mosquitoes have become accustomed to their off and other things.
They're like the jungle.
Yeah, and say they keep you off for between running from your house to your car. But if you're out any longer, I mean, it doesn't matter. They'll get you. He says almost nothing.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's like it's in all different places in the country. Like so they're wondering if all these massive solar radiation bursts and stuff that have been happening is killing off. Well, it might be killing them off. And I said that's one theory because it says. Other people says, well, yeah, normally the people who go out and spray every summer, spray all these places and everything and cut the numbers down a bit. And they said that even the people who go out and collect samples to look for like West Nile and stuff,
yeah,
they said they've been hard to find anything even in areas where they've had standing water when it's hot. I said you can't even find the larvae.
Yeah.
So he says, I don't know. He said it's really weird.
You did
They
see
said
all the mist.
I said the bee population's way down, which is not a good feeling for a lot of pollination happening. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, nobody's quite sure. That's one theory is that all the solar activity and storms this year may be having an effect on.
We don't know.
That's just one theory.
Well, it could be affecting other things as well.
I mean, there's been
Birds
a lot of solar storms.
Birds navigation or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. They said there's a couple of those solar storms that peeled back our magnetic field pretty far back. That they were actually worried about planes flying.
Yeah.
And people in like a mile like Denver, they were worried about people in high rises.
Well,
that's not encouraging.
They've got lots of the bus is causing the problem. Move in there. I'm giving you an option. If the other one just stays cool, they can get an option. They don't have a section for it to pull over.
No.
They don't have a sign marking it.
Nope.
Yet. So nobody's used to the fact that we're coming city.
Yeah.
They are definitely. They're all excited. We can get all that more money for the government. Yeah. There's problems that goes with that.
Yeah. As long as you take that money and actually use it for infrastructure and not just piss it away to the corporate leadership.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We'll find out when we get the new mayor.
Or the good old boy club. I was thinking most of those people were dead.
Art's finished. Quack. Old Arts.
Doesn't surprise me.
That is.
Yeah, everything hurts.
Greatest is rubbing.